Stardom Sid'em.
I'm going to start off with my start quarterback. I'm going to go with Phillip Rivers against Cincinnati. I mean, if Phillip Rivers can't put up points against Cincinnati, I don't know what to tell you. And you should
It'll be the
probably
same
start.
situation as you just saw with, like we just talked about. He's almost going to be a sit-em the rest of the year if he can't perform this week.
Exactly. So, who's yours?
I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins. The matchup is just too good right now, and he's had a couple slow weeks, but he's always been putting up solid numbers. But I expect a beast mode week this week coming out of Kirk Cousins' side.
My sit quarterback is going to be Teddy Bridgewater. It's going to get a lot tougher for Bridgewater this week as the Bears' defense has been tormenting opposing quarterbacks as a whole. They've allowed just a 57.4% completion rate, which is easily the lowest in the NFL. So, yeah, you're not going to see much from Teddy Bridgewater this week.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield here. I know everyone's hyping up that Cleveland offense, and they expect them to start making strides and be one of the better offenses in all football, and so that Mayfield might be a safe play in as a quarterback start. Mayfield right now this week, it's a tough matchup. I don't want to go anywhere near it. I think they slow down a little bit this week and definitely not put up that usual 30 bird that they've been putting up a lot lately.
Yeah, my start running back now. We're going to a running back position. My start running back is going to be Myles Gaskin against the New York Jets. I don't really have to say much. It's not a bad play at all.
Gaskin gets a lot of burn in that offense. Yeah. I'm going to go with Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's taking on Cincinnati. Same reasons why you like Phillip Rivers. This is a great matchup against a team that can't really tackle well. Taylor gets a lot of burn. I think both plays are very good this week, Gaskin and Taylor. Gaskin getting a lot of burn in that offense.
My sit running back is going to be in that game as well, Joe Mixon against the Colts. The Colts, he hasn't been able to do much on the ground against a tough Baltimore defense on the bright side. This was the second straight week where he did some damage in the passing game at the expense of Gio Bernard, out-targeting him 8-2. Mixon draws another tough matchup against the Colts in Week 6, and, it's just the Colts are too good of a defense for Joe Mixon to have that good of a game.
Absolutely. I'm going to go with Miles Sanders. It's funny that you had picked him last week. This is a Baltimore matchup. It's a tough one. It's not an easy one to call.
Sit him again.
Again, I'm not saying, because I own Miles Sanders in the fantasy league.
And you're not going to sit him
with you.
Yeah.
And Miles Sanders was in my starting lineup in a pretty big league that I'm in. So, and I have him in this league again, and I will be putting him in this week because I have to.
Yep.
But he is a sit-em. He's not a great matchup against Baltimore this week, and barring another 75-yard run, he's looking at a possibility of not making double digits.
Yeah, exactly. So we move over to the wide receiver. My start wide receiver is going to be the guy that had a huge game last week, Chase Claypool, against the Cleveland defense. I just feel like the Cleveland defense was, really hasn't been able to stop much in the passing game, and I feel like they're going to feed the hot hand, and Chase Claypool is my start.
I'm going to go with Thielen. Same reasons I like Cousins. It's just a great matchup. It's a good situation. Thielen is one of the best wide receivers in football, probably top 10 in the league. Fire him away.
My sit wide receiver is going to be Odell Beckham against the Pittsburgh defense. Same reason that we were talking about, with Baker Mayfield. It's Odell, against a very, very hard defense, and he's going to be the guy that they look for to stop, and they will stop him.
I'm going to go with Cooks. I think he had a great week last week. I think it slows down big time this week. It's unfortunate the match was pretty bad. Cooks looked great, but I think this is a week he kind of cools off a little bit.
Start tight end is going to be Mike Gesicki against the Jets defense. Really, I would love to start everybody in the Dolphins offense, but you got to limit to it a little bit. So I'm going with Mike Gesicki.
For me, it's going to be Hawkinson. This guy has been really, really good all year. Just probably the most low-key performances I've ever seen. But, he's got a great matchup against Jacksonville. Jacksonville hasn't stopped really anybody as of late. They give up big games. And I think Hawkinson's going to reap the most benefits. I know Golladay comes back. He gets a lot of the attention. I think Hawkinson reaps the benefits, especially in the red zone.
A little birdie told us that we both picked the same sit tight end here. we're both picking Zach Ertz to sit. He can't be trusted to be in your starting lineup anymore. He's hurting more than helping. He's off to a slow start, and it's gotten worse each week. Through the 5 games, he has 20 receptions, 145 yards, and 1 touchdown, and that touchdown came in week 1. And Baltimore this week is not even close to being a favorable matchup.
Yeah, Ertz, again, same thing as Miles Sanders. Ertz is, he's a premier tight end, and obviously tight end's very thin. Aside from the top 4 or 5, it's really a huge drop-off after that. But unfortunately, I think, it's just against this Baltimore D, it's just going to be too difficult for him to get the ball down the field.
Yeah, so
especially with the struggles that Philly's had.
Yeah, going to the defense, my start defense is going to be the Rams against that San Francisco 49ers offense. With San Francisco, Jimmy Garoppolo was benched last week. You can't really trust that offense over there. Who knows if Jimmy Garoppolo, obviously he's probably going to start, but who knows what you're going to get. He just doesn't look good. I don't know if it's his ankle or he's just off with everything. It's just, it's miserable with the 49ers with their injuries. So I'm going Rams against the 49ers.
I'm going to go with Dolphins. This is the team you could probably pick off the waiver wire right now, and they're taking on the New York Jets to just stop that San Francisco running game. There's no way the Jets are going to run the ball on them. Fire away at the Dolphin defense. It's a good play.
Yeah, absolutely. So the sit defense now is going to be the Eagles. The Eagles had no answers for Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh passing attack last Sunday. They gave up 38 points, a new season high for that unit. The Steelers hadn't scored 30 or more points in a game since Week 13 of the 2018 season. So right there should tell you, the Eagles are not the team to be starting this week.
Yeah, for me, the sit defense, it was tough because there's a lot of good defenses out there right now that they have pretty tough matchups. This is a tough week in matchups, but the Steelers defense, I kind of am king on right here. I don't think it's a good matchup. I think they're going to give up some points, and I know they're one of the best in football, and sometimes you feel like you have to start them at all costs, but no doubt. The Steelers defense is something you're not going to want to go with this week.
For more Running Up the Score, go follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at RUTS Sports.